And over the past 2 years, we had some. Over the past 2 years, we had our users, some beta users that were testing it out and utilizing our platform. And now, within the past about 6 to 7 months, we've finally at a point where we can show off our terminal and get users onto the terminal. The terminal itself is free. You can sign up, use it however you want. There's no payment for it. We're not ever going to charge for the terminal. You can utilize it however you want. But the terminal is going to have the Urus token integrated into it, and the Urus token is going to provide utility to the terminal itself. Obviously, the first utility of it is going to come through some of these additional functionalities that we're going to develop. One of them is going to be, alerts on our indicators, and we'll kind of get to that in a little bit. It's going to give you the ability to use the token to get alerts. We're going to have on-chain indicators. We're going to have indicator screeners. We're going to have a DeFi apes widget that we call it. And there's going to be a lot of utility within the terminal itself. And these are functional utilities. But the long goal of the token is to create the Aurox trade and Aurox lend protocol. The Aurox lend protocol is a decentralized lending protocol. It's going to be very similar to what you see with Compound, for example. People will be able to deposit their tokens that they're not using and earn interest, but it's going to tie into the Aurox trade system. And the Aurox trade system, what it does is it aggregates liquidity from all the centralized exchanges. In essence, it decentralizes centralized exchanges. So it will allow a user to go onto our terminal and place an order without having an account on one of these centralized exchanges, and place an order through us onto that centralized exchange. But we're going to aggregate about 5 to 10 different exchanges, and the order book's going to be aggregated. So the price feed and everything is going to be aggregated. So when you place a trade, it's actually going to get distributed onto these centralized exchanges. So if you're someone that comes in and places an order for, like, say, 100 BTC, a lot of the times when you place an order that size, the market, you're going to set up a wall, and you're not going to be able to get into a position that you want to. But with our system, if you place an order that size, it's going to get distributed onto all these centralized exchanges, and that way you're going to get the best bang for your buck. But that's, obviously a lot of people aren't placing 100 BTC orders. Most people are placing lower order values, and even those people are going to take advantage of it because you're going to get the lowest price possible. So if we look at Binance and Bitfinex, Bittrex, Polo, all these exchanges, and there's a price, the lowest one is, let's assume it's Binance, you're going to get that lowest price when you purchase. And on top of that, if you're trading altcoins, some of these altcoins have low volume, they have low liquidity, but when you aggregate them all together, all these other exchanges that support that altcoin, the volume is a lot higher. So if you look at some of these altcoins, you'll see volume on Binance, for example, being 1 million. On Bitfinex, it might be 5 million. On Bittrex, it might be 10 million, and so on. And then when we aggregate that order book, the volume could be $50 to $100 million. And that will allow you to take advantage of that liquidity and that price action from one single terminal. So that's the Aurox trade. And on top of that, in order to take advantage of the Aurox lend protocol, margin traders and leverage traders will be able to draw funds directly from the decentralized lending protocol and utilize them to margin trade. And what this allows us is the lenders will receive a higher interest rate, because margin traders are what drives the interest on in crypto in general, and even in the stock market. The interest rate from borrowing funds is extremely high because there are quick orders. For example, I think it's about 20%, 20 to 30% APY. And so therefore, us integrating these two systems together, lenders will be able to safely lend money because it's decentralized. They'll be able to possess their keys and withdraw at any time, and they'll be able to earn a much higher interest than what they're receiving on Compound, for example. That way, the margin traders have access to an extremely liquid market, and then the lenders have access to a decentralized lending protocol where they're earning a lot higher interest than anywhere else. These two systems are going to be released closer to the end of the year, but right now the terminal itself is fully functional. So if you're tracking tokens on Binance or Bitfinex, we actually support about 50 different exchanges, including Uniswap. So if you're charting on these platforms or using these platforms, you'll be able to see a live price feed. You'll be able to look at our signals. You'll be able to look at the news feed. There's a lot of functions within the terminal itself. So it's, in essence, it's basically 3 separate products that are all going to come together to work together and deliver a very cohesive environment for not just traders, but cryptocurrency enthusiasts. And Taras will actually pull up the screen and show you what it looks like live. He'll discuss, our indicators. He'll discuss the terminal itself and how to utilize it, and what you can basically do with our terminal that's not available anywhere else.
Yep. So this is our trading terminal, and let me just take it from, I guess, the very beginning. Let's see. I guess the first thing we'll go over is our indicator, which is what a lot of people like about our platform. So what we were able to create with this is pretty much anyone in crypto, beginners, intermediates, can use our terminal and understand what the price is going to do, if we're in an uptrend, if we're in a downtrend. So without having to know technical analysis, it'll give you a basic understanding if you should enter the market or not. Like just in this scenario right here, if you can see it on my screen, we got a red arrow showing down. So if you're wanting to enter Bitcoin and you don't know what price to enter at, you could see that we're in a downtrend. So you wouldn't want to buy or enter your position anywhere in here until we get our green arrow. Once we get the green arrow, it means that we're back in an uptrend. And usually these trends, they last a while. Each candle is 1 day. So we had 1, 2, 3, we had about a week of a downtrend after our sell signal. And then once we got our buy signal, we had, it looks like 2 weeks of an uptrend. Once we had our uptrend to about $62,000, we got our sell signal again. So if you're looking to enter Bitcoin, you can, and you don't know what to do, you can just take a look at this and wait until a green arrow appears, and they show up real time. So you just have to come back, keep checking the terminal, and see when it pops up. And if we go back, I'm gonna zoom out a little bit. You could see that it catches every big run. So we got the buy signal at 24,000. We ran up to about 40,000, 38,000 until we got the sell signal, and then we had about more than 2 weeks of downtrend until we got our next buy signal at 32,000, and then we ran up from 32 to 47, and it's not perfect. So as you can see, we got the sell signal right here, but 3 days later we got the buy signal that was higher than where our sell signal was, but then the price continued running. So we got the buy signal at about 50,000. We hit 58,000 4 days later, where we got the sell signal. So it's not perfect, yep. But if you're looking to enter as if you want to know if we're bullish or bearish, which way the price is going, this is a very easy way for you to just hop in and understand what the market's doing. And it works on every cryptocurrency. So it works the best on Bitcoin, because the more volume there is, the less the price can be manipulated. So you can see that Bitcoin has 2.8 billion in trading volume just on Binance today, and Ethereum has 850 million. But so the more volume, the more accurate it is. But if we go to Ethereum and we go to a higher time frame, like the 1 week, you could also see that we got the buy signal on Ethereum at $360, and then our sell signal was at 1,700. I want to say like in the middle of this candle. So our sell signal was here. So we had 6 months of just bullish action where you didn't need to take a trade. You just held, and you could see it. You could see it working before
Yeah.
in these cases too. So
And it's about, I mean, no one can predict the market 100%. So I don't want anyone thinking that, okay, it's 100% accurate. We never say that it's 100% accurate. We back tested this algorithm, and it's about 70 to 80% accurate on the higher intervals. And there's ways to make it even more accurate. Obviously, that requires a little more skill. But even if you just follow these indicators on the higher intervals, the daily, 2, 3, 10, weekly intervals, it's very easy for you to take advantage of this. It's most people aren't, day trading. Most people are just kind of buying on the daily, at least in crypto, that is. And this indicator just makes it easier for someone to jump in and look, okay, we have a green buy signal on the weekly. Let's enter the market there and then hold it for the next several weeks. I mean, it's like we said, we backed to this over the past, I think, 3-4 years of the market since we developed it. And you'll be able to kind of just jump in and follow it very, very easily. There's some advanced techniques for the lower intervals that I guess we'll discuss in a little bit. And those techniques will allow you to trade using this indicator and other indicators that our platform provides to trade on the lower intervals.
yeah, and just want to remind people that these are weekly candles. So when we do get a buy signal here, this is about 2 months of you don't have to do anything. You just hold your position. You see the weekly sell signal. If you want to take profit, you get out. You wait for the next good entry because, I mean, following the weekly indicator, you don't need to day trade. You don't need to be at the computer all day.
Yeah.
Be paying attention to the charts. You check it every couple days, once a week, just to see how your investments are doing. I mean, people like to check their investments often, so most people are checking daily. But yeah, this is the indicator, and it's 100% free to use. We don't charge for it. This is how we attract a lot of users to our platform, especially that we're trying to target more newer people in crypto. So.
Yeah, and there was actually a question about notifications I wanted to address, but it kind of goes back to our token. Like we said, this terminal is free to use. You can use it however you want, but we're going to be integrating the token itself into the terminal. And one of the integration is going to be through alerts and notifications. So this week we're actually adding, or I guess, starting Monday, we're going to be integrating the token into the terminal where you'll be able to purchase the token. We're available on Uniswap, and then hold that token in your MetaMask wallet or your Coinbase wallet. And that will give you access to the alerts. The alerts will be through email and webhooks. So if you want to use webhooks to send notifications to your, messages or Telegram, or even potentially auto trade on it, you'll be able to do that. But that will be reserved for token holders only. And then the functions that we'll develop in the future some of the functions that we develop into the future will also be for token holders. And that's where the first utility of the token comes in. Eventually, the Aurox trade and lending protocol will be released, but right now, you'll be able to get alerts this upcoming week by being a Urus token holder.
Yeah. And I see it in the chat. People are asking, is it best on the weekly charts or daily? So it works. The higher the time frame, the better. So weekly chart works the best, but daily it also works really well. I wouldn't recommend going lower than the daily unless you're more of an advanced trader, because then you could use it as confirmation, because this indicator is based on momentum. So you could use it as a confirmation for your trades. So you want to, you look at your strategy, you think it's a buy, the indicator shows you that, showing you as a buy signal as well. You know that the momentum is turning up, so you use it as a confirmation. So you can use it on, let's pull up the 15-minute chart and go to Bitcoin. Let's see. you can see, it also works on the 15-minute chart, but it's not as accurate. So you get your buy signal here, you get your sell signal, you catch this move, you get your buy signal, we run, but at the same time you get more of this sideways action. And the sideways action on this indicator is where that's where, as any trader, you want to avoid trading in sideways when it's trending sideways. So just that's where it gets a little more difficult, trading on the lower time frames. But anything, even 4 hour is good as well, as you can
And
see.
there's when we get to the lower intervals, actually, Taras, if you wanted to show the strategy as well, when you get to the lower time frames, there's a specific strategy that we use in house to trade, even down to the 3-4 minute intervals, and these indicators. When you're trading on the lower intervals, the one thing that you want to take into account is confirmation is everything. One indicator is not going to show you. There might be one indicator that shows you to buy and sell, and you might get lucky. But having a confirmation across different indicators is very important. And this is what Taras is going to show you is we have these DMI and DI, and there's a strategy based around that because we can kind of cross-reference. So when DMI and DI indicators, which are also available in the platform, line up perfectly, that's when we take the order, because like I said, on the lower intervals, you want to make sure that there's a few things that are happening before you enter the market. And DMI and DI can, when it does happen together, that's when is the most opportune time to take it.
Yeah, so the Aurox indicator, the one that we just showed, is great on the higher time frames. You can use it as a standalone indicator on the daily and the weekly for your trades. But if you want to get to the lower time frames, you want to, as the lower time frame that you go, the more your trading needs to be based on price action and momentum. And this indicator right here, the AXDI, it's called the demand index. It shows you the supply and demand. So when when this blue line is below this pink line, which is the zero line, when the demand index is below the zero line, that means we're bearish and there's no demand. And then when we're higher, that means there is demand, or people are stepping in to buy. And then the DMI shows you whether it's bullish or bearish. So what you look for with this trading strategy is you're looking for crosses that happen at the same time. So as you can see right here on the DMI, the green crosses the red, and the blue, the demand index, crosses the zero line, and you want them to cross close to each other. So when we got this cross right here, that means that this is a buy signal. It's bullish. That means demand stepped in, and the price action is bullish. So in this area at 56,000 would be our buy area. So we would enter the market. Let me just circle it right here, and we would still be holding our trade. So we'd be right here at 57,000. And if we go back, let me just click this. It works in both directions. So you can see that the demand index fell through the zero line, and the red crossed over the green, which also shows again that the seller stepped in. So this would be your sell signal to get out of the market. And this is on the 15-minute chart. So you can day trade with the strategy. So this would be your exit point right here. You can see that right before the market started crashing, it told us to get out. So then if we go back, we caught this whole move down, and then we got our buy signal right in here. The demand index is actually a really good indicator, and it's not on TradingView. It is on TradingView, but they don't have the right script, so it's not accurate. As far as I know, we're the only platform that has a demand index that's accurate in the crypto space. So, and you can see how there's not really many. It gives you confirmation and doesn't give you fake outs. So we got the sell right here. We got the buy at 56,000. We're at 57,000. So if we keep going back, our buy signal would be right here. We see the cross over the zero line, and we see the green cross right here. these aren't next to each other. So sometimes when the cross happens when it's further away, that means the signal is not going to be as strong. You want the cross to happen at the same time. So this is something that I might have not taken as a trade, but you can see that it was still good. We can go back here. You can see that we had a strong cross right here, the 0 line. It goes over the 0 line. We got the cross. You got your buy. You got your entry right here. And we go over this strategy a lot on our YouTube, and we send it out in our email. So if people are really interested in it, they can always find it, because we can talk about this all day. So I just don't want to bore everyone with going into the TA for 30 minutes on the strategy.
Yeah, and like Taras mentioned, we send out, there's guides available. We send this out to our users. It's on our YouTube channel. So if you can't follow the video, and a lot of people, don't want to follow video because then they have to keep, going back and forth. It is available through our website. It's through our Telegram, and this is a strategy that with the DMI and DI that we've been using in-house. Of course, we've been using the Aurox indicator as well. And it's very, I don't want to say it's easy. I don't want to give that impression that you can just jump on and start trading 15 minutes, because there's a lot of things that happen on the 15 minutes and we don't want people losing money. But it's a very basic way to start getting into the day trading environment. And we really suggest people testing it, using this, you can draw, like Taras drew, those circles, jumping on the platform, and for the next week or two, just literally just drawing circles. Okay, it crossed here, it crossed here. Okay, we circle a buy zone here or a sell zone here, and then just seeing if you make a mistake and why you made a mistake. Maybe you didn't cross perfectly on the same interval. Maybe you just looked at the line wrong. Whatever it might be, those mistakes that you learn from simply just drawing, you won't make those mistakes when you're live trading. You'll save, you won't lose your money by making those mistakes. So going through the guide and figuring out how to use these indicators later on, when you actually make those trades, it's going to be a lot more accurate, and you're going to be able to follow it a lot better. So I think there's a couple of questions as well. The volume, red and green bars, is it better to buy when the volume is smaller?
You can't use volume on its own. With this strategy, it doesn't really matter as much. Usually if you get a buy signal, you want volume to step in. So if we look at right here on this buy signal, we got the buy signal, and then we had a few big volume candles afterwards. So that is preferable, but I wouldn't pay attention to the volume, especially when you're just starting, because with Bitcoin, the volume is also based around when people are trading. So when the stock market's open, the volume is higher, especially during like US hours. And then when it closes at 3 p.m., the volume drops. But that doesn't mean that the trading strategy stops working. Or on the weekends when traders are taking the day off, it doesn't mean the trading strategy is not working. It's just the volume's lower. But at the same time, as the higher the volume, the more accurate your trading signals are. So a lot of traders, what they do is they just trade Monday to Thursday and then take Friday to Sunday off, because on the weekends the volume is lower, and that means it's easier to manipulate the price. So you might find something along the lines of your strategy works between Monday and Thursday, but Friday to Sunday doesn't work. So, or it's just not as accurate. So you'll notice that you maybe realize that it's not worth trading on the weekends for you, because it's easier to trade Monday through Thursday. So,
and I'm actually gonna post a link in the chat. This is kind of the article that discusses this trading strategy. This article actually has two different strategies that you can utilize. One of them is utilizing TD sequential, which is again in our advanced indicators tab. So if you're trying to find these indicators that actually it's actually, Taras, can you hit indicators? Yeah. So if you hit indicators, Aurox indicators, and then there's indicators in there. These are indicators that we've compiled. Some of them are proprietary, some of them are not. We've kind of modified them. So like the TD sequential is a modified version of our version of the original TD sequential. Same thing with DI. It's a modified version of what we'll see out there. And so these indicators we use often, and that's why we compiled kind of a separate tab for them. And this article kind of goes in depth in basically every single one of those indicators. Now, Britt, you had a question about lessons. We do TA lessons through our YouTube channels. So every user that signs up on our platform, we do send out email notifications when we do those TA sessions. And the article that I sent is a breakdown of one of those sessions. And we'll be doing more and more of those later on. There's actually one more question. Dane, how many tokens do you need to hold for extra services? So the signals, the alerts that will be on our indicator, those will require 15 tokens to hold. We're adding on-chain indicators that will probably require about 20 tokens. There's another functionality that's coming up. If Taras, if you want to switch over to the Uniswap tab.
Yep.
So there's a little widget down here that we call DeFi Apes, just to kind of memify the functionality that will allow users to detect price pumps on decent DeFi tokens or on tokens that are available on Uniswap. That will probably require anywhere from 25 to 50 tokens because it's going to be a little more, I guess, special for our users. So it's going to be different amount of tokens depending on the functionality that we integrate.
And we're not charging for this. You just have to hold the tokens. So at some point when you want to get out, you're going to be able to sell the tokens back on the market. It's just utility.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and the token amount will also change. Right now we set it at, with the alerts we set it at 15. That token amount is 15 now, but let's say the price goes up to $100 a token in the next few months. We're going to drop the requirements back down to a couple of tokens because we don't want people holding thousands and thousands of dollars in our token in order to get access to the same functionality that right now is only a few $100s worth. But yeah, that's that's the basic overview of our platform. There's a lot of functionalities that are built in. I mean, if we discuss them all, it would take hours. We also have a grid layout. Our Taras is right now using our light version. The grid layout is honestly reserved more for experienced, not just Aurox users, but experienced traders in general, because it does take a little time to set it up. It requires widgets and things like that. And you can see, you can resize them, you can launch different widgets. It takes an effort to set these up. I'm not gonna make it. It's not easy to use, and it's specifically designed for those advanced users, people that want more functionalities. And within the grid layout, we have ordering function. You can see Taras pulled up the chart, the order form, and you can actually place orders through our terminal on the grid layout. There's also indicator alerts. So if you're looking for, let's say, alerts on moving average, you'll be able to set alerts on those. There's also volume profile, fixed volume profile. There's a lot of things going on with the terminal, and that's why we created the light version. So when you jump on, you're just kind of learning about the system, kind of getting acquainted with it. So then eventually, if you want to move to the advanced functionalities, you'll be able to. We really suggest everyone starting with a light version. And if you're moving on to the grid version, there's guides on the right-hand panel. There's interactive guides, there's video guides, and really making sure that you check those out because it is necessary for using the grid and grid functionality.
Yeah, I'm just showing how you can easily just trade, place orders. You don't have to open up Binance and keep relogging in and managing, because you can trade through Binance, Kraken, different exchanges just through our platform. So you don't need to have everything open. You can do everything from just within our terminal.
And can you pull up Scanner so we can show where the alerts and stuff are?
Yep.
So this scanner is basically based on our Aurox indicator, and you can kind of see what's going on. And alerts will be based on these tokens. So you'll be able to select alerts on these, and you'll get notifications. So these signals will be able to be sent to your email or your webhooks.
Guys, maybe you should share in the chat the sign up link.
Yep.
So they can sign up, and also in which exchanges they can buy your token.
Yeah, the token, actually I'll send a direct link. It's on Uniswap now, but we are going to be listed on a centralized exchange in the next 48 hours or so. So you'll be able to purchase it. I know, Uniswap costs money, and it's, the gas fees, people don't want to pay those gas fees. It's if you're one of those people that are going to be waiting for that, you will be able to purchase it on the centralized exchanges in the next couple days, actually.
And it says, oh, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, Stefan, yeah, you'll be able to, so right now the light version does not support ordering. It will very soon, probably in the next couple weeks. But the grid version does support ordering. So you'll be able to, visit Aurox, switch over to grid, link up your account. And again, there's guides. Actually, Taras, can you switch over to grid again?
Yep.
I really suggest, the advanced version it does take a little effort, and there is guides right there. So there's a getting started guide that kind of explains how the workspace environment works. And it shows you exactly how to set up these workspaces and how to set up the widgets. But there's also, video guides. And after he goes through this guide, he'll be able to, so this getting started guide is really just a very quick way to get started into the platform. And you can see him kind of going through everything. And one of the things with the advanced version is it uses what we call symbols or pairs. Again, it takes you through that. And Taras, can you pull up the video on the right-hand side?
Yeah, let me find it. Interactive guides?
That one too, yeah. So I wouldn't click on that because it's going to take you through everything, but the interactive guides will do exactly what that getting started guide did. It will take you through the entire platform one at a time. And then there's also another button right below that, right there. So there's also video guides that kind of show you how everything works. So there's a lot of guides for the grid version because it is a little more complex, and if you're going to switch to that version, make sure that you go through these guides because it can be a little challenging to use. There was a question about the scanner. If you click out of the scanner, or actually, Taras, can you click on this?
Yeah.
If you click on the scanner, it'll pop up, and then if you click anywhere else, if you click on, there you go. If you click anywhere else, it'll drop down. Or if you can actually even click on the scanner again, and it'll pop it back down. Or I guess it doesn't, but you just have to click anywhere else, and it'll pop it back down.
Yeah.
But the token utility is coming. Obviously, when this demand grows, the price kind of follows demand. But if you want to wait on a centralized exchange, you're more than welcome to. The token's not even necessary to use some of these amazing functions that we have in the platform. It's some of the functions that are coming up is what the token will, what the platform is going to require tokens for. The amount of tokens, so there's 1 million tokens in total. Those most of those are actually locked. They're kind of distributed through staking and liquidity mining. Right now, there's about 470,000 tokens in circulation. About 80,000 of those are on Uniswap in the liquidity pool, and the rest are either distributed bot, or some people are actually staking them for several years. So even though there's 470,000 in circulation, a lot of those are just kind of locked in, and I would imagine there's about 350,000 or so out on the market right now. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, let us know. Niko, did you want to go through any? So there's no tokens that you need to use the platform currently. It's free to use. You can jump on. If you visit that link that I sent, thegateaurox.com, you'll be able to jump on and use this platform just like Taras showed. There's no tokens required. The only time the tokens are going to be required is when we release the signal alerts, and then some of these other functionalities that are coming up in the next few weeks. So don't worry about the token right now. If you don't want to purchase it, that's completely fine. Jump on the platform and use it and get acquainted with it. That's what we want. We want people to use the platform, provide feedback so we can adjust and make it better. It's completely free to use. Zero money, nothing. You won't have to pull out your wallet. You won't have to liquidate your other cryptocurrencies to purchase this. It's completely free. Just jump on and check it out.
So in a few weeks, we will help you a bit, because if we have millions of people watching our virtual concerts, I think we have to integrate you in Blockchain Valley Virtual so you can expose your platform to millions more, especially newbies in crypto.
Yeah, I think that's what we're targeting, is those new users and new traders. We want the platform to be as easy to accessible and to cryptocurrency enthusiasts. Not just to track price movement, but just to, we have news feed and everything. So to learn about crypto in general. So, we're really excited about your project. We've been discussing it. Taras mentioned it to me a couple of weeks ago. So it's very interesting, and we're very excited about it.
Great. Do any of the guests have more questions? Because we will round up now. So if you have questions, I shared also the sign-up link in the WhatsApp chat. So if you don't find it more here in the chat, you can see it in the WhatsApp chat. So we have a group in WhatsApp with all the clients. So I shared the links there too.
Awesome.
Yeah, someone just asked for a YouTube link. Let me share that as well.
And I saw Sarah ask about if we do more webinars or private lessons. We do the TA videos on our YouTube channel, just going over the strategies, and we do it live, so you can ask questions, and I'm on live stream just answering them. Or if you want to ask in our Telegram chat, just tag me in there, and I can always just answer any TA related questions.
Yeah, eventually our goal is to create courses for our token holders, but that's gonna, me and Taras, it takes a different skill set to be a teacher. We can definitely explain things to our users, but having that skill set to teach users, it's not only knowing TA and knowing cryptocurrency, but it's knowing how to teach a user to utilize those functionalities. And this is going to be coming up with, it's going to be one of the utilities that we're going to do is by having the Urus tokens, you'll be able to get access to a person that we're going to hire that's going to teach you basically one-on-one. So it's going to be a small group of people, and that person is going to be able to show you not just the platform, but how to use TA and even the basics of like Fibonacci numbers and things like that. So that will be done before the end of the year. Probably in the next couple of months, we'll have a dedicated person that's going to be able to teach users how to trade.
We can do that in the virtual world, even with an avatar. then you don't have to do it every time again.
Yeah. Yeah.
I see. Johan is still asking for a question.
I also see.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
So as far as the team is concerned, there's 3 partners on this project. It's me, Taras, and Giga. You can actually, let me send a link. If you scroll down on this page at the bottom, we're completely public. You can probably Google our names and find us and stuff like that. Our team is made, I mean, we've been together since we were basically in high school. You know, we worked on and off on different businesses. We've done affiliate marketing, email marketing, pay-per-click, media buying, everything as far as advertising is concerned. And then we got into kind of software development about 5 years ago. We own different software services, software as a paid service in other fields. And cryptocurrency obviously was blowing up at the time, and we thought we would get into cryptocurrency because not just because I mean we were already invested in cryptocurrency beforehand, and we thought that would create using our skill set to develop a platform as software for crypto was a good time for us. You know, we were traders before, and we thought that there was something missing in this field, and that's why we created Aurox, and that's why we were developing it. So I guess our background is not really necessarily crypto; it's more advertising, marketing, and other software development. Although we were, you know, cryptocurrency traders ourselves, we haven't had a product before until Aurox kind of came along. But you know, this has been in development for probably 3 years now. I can't even remember when we started. It was at the tail end of the bull market, of the last bull market. So in about 2018, I think. We, like I said, we've been quietly working on this. We've used all our funds. We haven't done, you know, raises for it. We haven't taken any outside funds. So the only ones that are invested in this company is us 3. That gives us the ability to take this company in a direction that we think it should be going, and not just us, but our users. We take a lot of feedback from our users and utilize those that feedback in order to drive development. There's actually another question. Why volume 10?
I think that refers to the demand index, I believe, but I have that set to 15. If you want to specific clarify, I can answer that.
Yeah, he might mean the volume, the actual volume, maybe, because right now it's set at 20. I think maybe, excuse me.
Where are you
on the
seeing that?
Top left corner of the chart.
Oh, 20. Yeah, that's just
sorry. I guess he meant with the recent trades.
Oh, so with this, you can, so if you want to see what the whales are doing, so let's say we go to open up Bitcoin, and you don't want to see all these little trades happening for $50, $100, $200, you can set it to show trades happening only 5 Bitcoins or higher. So you could see what the whales are doing.
Yeah. And that was one of our early functionalities is we wanted to, I mean, the whales kind of dictate the market. They're entering in specific areas that most people don't know about. And by having a filter for recent trades and filtering out those little trades, because a lot of those little trades can be bots, whereas the bigger ones are, they're being placed. I mean, you can see like 14 and 16 BTC orders. Those are the things that could be potentially helpful for you because you can tell all these whales exiting and entering the market. It's very easy for a new user to follow those entries. So if you're seeing a whale that's entering 100 BTC order when you're about to sell, that might be a little scary because why are they purchasing Bitcoin at $57,000. Why are they purchasing 100 BTC order at $57,000? They might know something that you don't, and that might make you question your entries and exits. And it's a good thing to question your entries and exits. If you don't double check your entries and exits, that's how you might lose money.
Yeah, I can't tell you how, like, I've seen the market just running. It looks like it's not going to stop, and it's just running, and then you'll see on one exchange, Coinbase, someone dumps a 300 Bitcoin order, and that just kills the market. It stops the run on all the exchanges at once, and you're not going to see that happen unless you are, filtering out and looking for big orders. So this is just a good way to pay attention, just to see what people are doing. I wouldn't base all my trades around it, but you can, if you start seeing massive sell-offs, and the price isn't moving, that might be, just you can use it as like another source of information for your trades.
Yeah, and that's actually one of the reason we're adding on-chain indicators is because of that as well. I don't know if people that are watching this know about on-chain indicators, but on-chain indicators kind of detect the flow of cryptocurrency from wallets, specifically from personal wallets and off-chain wallets into centralized exchanges. And that's going to be a huge tool to use because before it was a lot of sentiment that trading was based off of, and now it's a lot about where the money is flowing to. Whale alerts, actually, we have signals up there. I think our developer's working on it. I don't know if it's available right now, but whale alerts is one of the most followed people on Twitter. It kind of detects when Tether is printing or when huge volumes of cryptocurrency are moving onto Binance. So you will see like 100 million USDT being sent to Binance. What are they going to do with that 100 million USDT? They're buying cryptocurrency, obviously. So those on-chain indicators will be able to show you on the chart where the money is moving to. And this kind of ties into the recent trades as well. It kind of shows you where those huge orders are moving to. So you can kind of base, I guess like Taras says, not base your trades off of it, but kind of get an understanding of where the market is headed.
Okay, guys, I would say all my guests give a loud virtual applause to the guys and a big thank you for the awesome webinar and how the platform works. Taras and Giorgi, if they have questions in the next days, they will send them to me and I will roll them back to you. We will be in contact anyway in the next days, so if there are any questions or something, I will forward them to you. I want to thank you, brothers. We hear each other soon. Thank you so much to make time for this and to tell about your awesome platform and token, and to take time for our audience.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for having us. And like I said, you don't have to purchase the token or do anything. Just get on the platform and start using it. That alone, us seeing users on our platform makes us just as happy as people purchasing the token. So use the platform, provide feedback, send it. If they send you feedback, if they send us feedback, our goal is to create as much adoption for this terminal as possible, and that's why we kept it free. So send us all your feedback, and we really appreciate you having us and spreading the word of Aurox and helping us. It's been great. Thank you so much.
Thanks, man.
It's my pleasure. And once our platform is, like I said, we will have a lot of people that even don't know what cryptocurrency is.
Yeah.
And one of our goals in Blockchain Valley Virtual is to educate the masses. I already talked about with Taras, because a lot of people are still blind. They don't know that it's basically the banks and the governments misleading us, and that's basically we have to go into crypto to keep our money safe. So we will educate the masses like that. Yep. So we keep in contact. Okay, everybody, thank you to join, and have a nice Sunday evening. guys, enjoy your Sunday in Vegas there, and thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye.
See you.
They will send some thank yous, I think.
I think Taras left.
Yeah. See you, Giorgi.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Bye.